Texas baseball is running out of time, not just to try to get into the NCAA tournament, but they got to get into the Big 12 tournament field as we enter Game 3 with Texas and West Virginia, the Longhorns in last place in the Big 12 standings. Lowell Galindo here with Keith Moreland and Greg Swindell from UFCU Disch-Falk Field. For Texas, they find themselves in this position last in the Big 12 standings, specifically because what's happened over the past 6 games, all losses. The first 2 were blowouts. The last 4 have all been the same recipe. Late inning disasters, 4 straight losses by 1 run.
Yeah, you just look at the scenario of what's taken place. They have struggles in so many different departments. On Friday night, Mateo Boki makes 1 mistake coming into the game. You can see right there, he knew he made the mistake. It leads to a 3-2 West Virginia victory. Then you turn around yesterday, Zeke, and one of the things you look at, same thing happens again.
Cam Fields had thrown well, gave up the double right there to tie the ball game. And then Quintanilla would balk the runner to third, and then a safety squeeze would eventually put the winning run across the plate, and Texas will lose that game 9-8.
So David Pierce now is trying to figure out what is going to end this. The 6-game losing streak in the last 4. The game has been tied. Our Texas has led entering the 9th inning. And Coach Pierce has tried to switch up as many possible things as he can. There's not a lot of depth with this Texas team right now. He's taken himself out of the dugout to the third base coaching box. He's trying to find something. Can you guys find the solution?
Well, I wish I could figure out what it was. It's Zeke, and I'm going to let you go to there. But for the first thing, you got to score some more runs. And you look, well, they've scored a lot in the last few games. But when you're losing games, you're not scoring enough. But on the backside of that, you can't allow those free passes and the free bases to beat you.
Yeah, and then when the guys are on base, that defense hasn't been very good for Texas. A lot of unearned runs, especially yesterday, and you have to come in out of the bullpen. That's where it starts a lot of times for Texas lately. The bullpen's been giving them up.
Yeah. 13.3 ERA for the Texas bullpen in this 6-game losing streak. Talked about the defensive miscues, 3 errors in Game 2. The 5 runs against Blair Henley unearned. So now we turn it to Ty Madden, see if the freshman can come through.
Yeah, Ty Madden came in through an inning against Texas State and getting the start today. Ty Madden, fastball, curveball, good changeup. He's going to compete out there. That's something you want to see out of your freshman. And for Ty Madden, I got to get a quality start out of him today.
Well, that's asking a lot. He has not been stretched out too much. We'll see if he can get into that 5th or 6th inning. And I tell you, the other part of that is it's a good offensive day. Not as big as yesterday, wind not blowing near as hard, Lowell.
So for Randy Mazey in West Virginia, they're going to try to close this one out and get this sweep. The top of the lineup was excellent in Game 2. Dones, White, Hill, Inman, Gonzalez, they came through, and Brandon White has been fun to watch, especially with his defense in center field.
Well, he's been good in center field. The other part about it is he can steal a base, and the speed has been a factor in this series.
Well, that's what another one of the keys to the game is for Texas pitching to control that running game. The speed at second base kind of made Cole Quintanilla kind of flinch yesterday, got him to third. They scored the go-ahead run on the bunt.
So Texas is back to its typical starting 9 in the field. Madden on the mound with Michael McCann behind the plate. Tate Shaw will get the start at first with Lance Ford at second base. We saw a righty-heavy lineup yesterday with West Virginia starting a lefty on the mound. So Ford and Shaw both came off the bench a day ago. This is Tyler Dones leading off for the Mountaineers. It's 1-1. Starting outfield from left to right, Kennedy Ellis Todd. Madden misses low, 2-1. We've seen just once in his starts has Madden been able to extend and pitch beyond the 4th inning.
And it starts with getting ahead. You get ahead and you get some quick outs. We've seen this West Virginia team swing the bat early and often. I like right now what I see out of Ty. He got good angle on that fastball. He's keeping it down early. That's a good sign.
His one extended start was at Stanford when he went 7 innings. Did not allow a run, 5 hits, 7 strikeouts, and 3 walks. Looking to start with an out here against Dones. Dones staying alive. Texas was able to take the initial lead in Game 2. West Virginia came storming back, and it was a seesaw affair after that. The Mountaineers scoring 3 runs in the 8th and the 9th to tie and then get the lead and win. Up the middle, here comes Ford. Tough play, throwing across the body. The pick made by Shaw. That is a fantastic defensive play by the freshman, Lance Ford.
And you got to give Tate Shaw a little credit there, too. That's an in-between hop at first base, not the scoop. That one is going to short off you, Zeke.
Yeah, great play by Ford to get to this ball, then to get rid of it. And watch Tate. He wants to go down and scoop it, but it comes up, and he changes the glove over, and that's a good play. Good way to start for Texas.
And we saw, too, with the Texas defense, some of the issues that they had, as Brandon White shows bunt, was maybe not respecting or not being as alert to the team speed of West Virginia on some balls that were hit right to them. That was some of the issues that Mason Hibbler had at shortstop, just taking too long to attack.
Yeah.
And then once he got there, had that little double pump that does not work with West Virginia's speed.
You got to attack when a team's got good overall team speed, and you know they're going to get down the line. You've got to come attack the baseball. You can't sit back. Plus, this feels faster than it was last year, but it's still not a fast infield.
1-2 to White. Hibbler with his first attempt, the backhand. Would have been close regardless. Shaw can't get it off the hop, and Brandon White is in with an infield single.
Well, everything was done you could do on that play. Mason got to it and got rid of that ball quick. Used the long hop at first. You see he gets to it. Doesn't pump in the glove that time. Tate just can't hold on to it, but runner was already on the back.
Yeah, White came up shaking that right leg a little bit. He is a threat to run at any time.
20 of 25 in the stolen base category is Brandon White. Up the middle, double play ball. Ford, Hibbler, Shaw, and that does it. Quick and easy for Ty Madden, and the defense working behind him. Nothing on the board for the Mountaineers as we turn it over to the Texas Bats, as the defense doing the job to close out the top of the first.
The On Longhorn Network is brought to you by Whataburger. The perfectly spicy Buffalo Ranch chicken strip sandwich is back only at Whataburger.
There's a look around the Texas campus.
You swiveled your camera, huh?
Yep, we did. That was the initial look. My first location in the Longhorn Network office.
Moving on up.
Now we don't have the view, but that's okay, because we've got Texas baseball. Mason Hibbler will lead off, followed by Eric Kennedy. And Kennedy has been one of the standouts, especially in Big 12 play for this Texas lineup.
Well, he's 5 for 8 in this series. He's done a nice job setting the table at the top. He hasn't been as explosive with the extra base hits, Zeke, that I thought he might be, but he's going to face a guy today that has got great stuff. I mean, he has got a live fastball and a good breaking ball, but he's walked 40 batters in 56 innings.
Yeah, that's been an issue for Cade Stroud. You see that a junior out of Fort Worth. Fastball, slider, changeup, limit the walks. That was one of the keys, because he does have 40 on the season in 57 innings pitched. And trust the defense. We've seen some pretty good outfield play by this West Virginia team.
Oh, they've been out brilliant.
Yeah, Mason Hibbler can tell you all about that. He's been robbed twice of extra bases. Hibbler coming off a 3-hit performance in yesterday's game 2. Brandon White robbed him of extra bases that would have scored a run in the late innings. And when you talk about a 1-run game, defense like that, obviously keeping Texas from getting an all-important insurance run difference in that West Virginia win.
Well, it was such an offensive day. Wind was blowing out of here. It was hot. It's a beautiful day to hit. You knew runs were going to come. So with that kind of scenario, when you make a play, just get 27 outs as soon as you can get them.
Lifted to right. Darius Hill has room, makes the catch, and 1 down.
Wynn kept that ball, brought it back into the field to play. Anything here at UFC Disch-Falk Field going down the line to right comes back to the field because of when we have this breeze especially.
Talk about the West Virginia speed. Texas with plenty of it in its lineup. A lot of it from this man, the freshman, Eric Kennedy. Already 3 4-hit games in his freshman season. Looks at ball one. As Keith mentioned earlier, 5 for 8 in this series, 3-run score to Tevin Tucker. Even he has to hurry up on that throw. And 2 quick outs for Cade Stroud.
Well, you saw Tucker understanding Kennedy's speed. He has to come get it. He attacks it and catch and throw in the same motion. He has been very smooth at shortstop. It's been impressive.
Yeah, when you attack like he did right here, watch just a nice, good transition and an easy throw over to first base.
Here's Austin Todd. Low and away for ball one. To Todd.
96 on the big board.
He's got a good arm. I mean, his fastball's explosive. There's his breaking ball right there. Got to round that one a little bit. He's got a strikeout per inning.
It happens to everybody. 2 quick outs.
Yeah.
3-0 on the hitter.
Comes back with the strike to make it 3-1. Talk about the velocity. We've seen a few impressive arms running up there on the gun for West Virginia in this series. And that is the first base runner for the Longhorns on this Sunday, Austin Todd aboard.
I was talking to Sean Allen before the game yesterday, and they had Manoah throwing 1 pitch under 94 miles an hour on Friday night. And Texas swung the bat off, and they hit the fastball really good.
Yeah, out-hit him 9-3. The difference in that game, 2 of the 3 hits for West Virginia home runs. Zach Zubia had himself a bomb. Hanging curveball, took it over the left field fence for a 2-run home run and a ensuing 28-second home run trot.
He said he didn't realize it was that long today. Well, we timed it. We know exactly how long it was. Hey, you hit him that far, you deserve to take your time. I don't like it if you stand there and watch it till it leaves the ballpark.
So at least start your motion to first base.
Yeah, you can.
Okay. Half swing from Zubia. He's down 0-2.
That one, 96, 95, 96
giddy up right there.
Yes.
All right, Zeke, what are we expecting here, 0-2?
I'm throwing fastball. You can waste the breaking ball right here, but why waste it when if I'm 97 in the first inning,
I'm attacking
trying to hit
the belt.
this.
'93.
Got underneath that. That was.
They wanted to throw it up. So, I mean, if you do get underneath it a little bit, that's going to cause the high fastball.
You lose your tilt.
Two straight checks on Austin Todd.
He wants the fastball.
Doesn't get it. Zubia goes down swinging. Good start for Cade Stroud. No score as we go to the second. Sunday afternoon in Austin, Texas. Taking in some Texas baseball. No score. Going to the top of the second. The third game between West Virginia and Texas. The Mountaineers trending in the opposite direction of the Longhorns at this point in time. They're getting hot as the season goes on. They've won 12 of the last 15. The coaches have noticed, ranking West Virginia number 20 in the latest coaches poll, the highest ranking for the Mountaineers since the 80s. And Randy Mazey looks like he is on the doorstep of taking West Virginia into the tournament. It's a pretty good seed. The RPI is 12 for the Mountaineers in Mazey's 7th season on the job. Marcus Inman leads off, down 0-2. Inman with a couple of the biggest hits in this series. And the go-ahead home run in the 9th in game 1. And extra bases in the 9th in game 2. He was pulled for a pinch runner. As this is another one that's going to do some damage. Good angle here from Kennedy, and he will be able to keep Inman at first. So Inman continues to torment the Texas pitching staff.
A slider right there by Madden, just lets it out over the plate. Kennedy playing way back with a little breeze, and Inman up was able to cut that ball off and hold him to a single.
Yeah, I think the depth, no doubt, was the difference for Kennedy. Is we haven't seen Eric play this deep. Ball's carrying again, but not quite like it was yesterday.
Here's Ivan Gonzalez. Came up with a big bases loaded hit. Reynolds way off the bag. It's under both gloves of Reynolds and Hibbler. And look at this, Inman heads up. No one covering third. He's there. But they were able to get Gonzalez trying to take second base.
Ryan thinking he could get to that one. Would have been a stretch, obviously, with it going under his glove, and shielded Mason Hibbler from being able to see the hop. The ball stayed down on him. See when Ryan goes in front of Mason. Ball gets into left, and Gonzalez kind of hesitant. Everybody was at different positions, but luckily for Horns, Ryan went to second. A perfect throw by Lance Ford.
So that will be ruled a single for Ivan Gonzalez. No error on the play. This is Philip Dole with the chance to give the Mountaineers the early lead. Looks at ball one.
Corners up, middle of the infield back right here. You surrender anything, a ground ball to short or second.
To Ford. Inman will score. Mountaineers lead. And now 2 outs.
You know, the other part of that offense sometimes is, yes, hitting it out of the ballpark. Yes, taking advantage of the walks and whatever. And then other times it's being creative. And this is just created by hustle right there. You could have easily, Inman could have easily stayed at second base on that ball that got through. And
yeah,
he just made that decision. You know, I think I can get there. He did, and it forced Texas to try to make a play. They got an out of it, but instead it leads to a run.
Mountaineers are 21-6 this season when scoring first. Havoc comes to mind when watching West Virginia play. They just speed you up and force miscues, even if it's not errors. They just make you a little uncomfortable, it seems like, in the field.
Well, it's a lot of times at this level that when speed does, it forces pressure on the defense. And defense pitchers, your throws to bases.
And this sequence was set up by probably 2 of the slowest runners in the lineup, with Inman and Gonzalez. Full count, 2 outs to TJ Lake.
into the team bus.
Through the gate.
Up and over the gate. There he is. Caught it before it got to the bus.
That's a 2-out walk issued to Lake. And so who will hit
Jackson
in
Wolf.
place of Jackson Wolf? He was up there working on his bunting.
He started walking up to the plate, too.
So Jackson Wolf was a starting pitcher for West Virginia yesterday. He was listed in the lineup, but will not hit, as Connor Hamilton will serve as the DH. First pitch strike from Madden. But Wolf was really selling it. Like you said, he walked up to the plate. I mean, they had him in the on-deck circle.
I've never met a pitcher that didn't want to hit.
He was showing some bunts. Hamilton, meanwhile, looking for that first base knock of the season. He's down 0-2.
He's got an appearance. He's in the lineup.
This is Stroud's third appearance of the series.
Of the weekend.
McCann recovers, and that keeps Lake at first base. One-two to Connor Hamilton.
Uh-oh. Ty Madden went down.
Let's check it out.
Looks like that front foot just slipped out from under him.
Well, that's
That could be dangerous. Right?
hamstring.
Hamstring, growing, arm.
Madden gets Hamilton on strikes, but Marcus Inman delivers again, single to left, starts some havoc, leads to a run, and West Virginia on top 1-0. Our next Longhorn Network broadcast with Texas baseball will be May 7th as Texas State comes to town. Bobcats had one of those come-from-behind wins in San Marcos, and it was another down note for Texas and what is now a 6-game losing streak. But before that, Texas has to go to Texas A&M Corpus Christi midweek, and then an all-important 3-game series coming up on the road at Kansas.
Ooh, those gigantic games.
I mean, that could determine who gets into the Big 12 tournament, who's left at home. Because at this point in time, those are the two bottom teams in the Big 12 standings.
Texas with that rain out at Baylor, just a half a game below Kansas right now.
And it was a big Texas lead,
Yes.
a great start before it was completely wiped out.
And they had the Friday night game. They were leading that ball game.
Ryan Reynolds leading off. Two-one from Cade Stroud to the junior Ryan Reynolds. Reynolds with 5 hits over his past 3 games. 2 at Texas State, including a grand slam. It was a midweek loss. 1 for 3 in the opener against the Mountaineers. 2 for 5 yesterday. Big swing and a miss there. Reynolds also leading up to these last 3 games was in a little bit of a slump, especially when it came into producing runs, driving them in, but has 8 driven in the past 3. Full count. He draws the leadoff walk. So this will be something to monitor with Cade Stroud in the control. Big difference. We know he's got the stuff.
They're coming in at 40. Hadn't given up many hits. Hitters were only batting 206 off of him, but he had 40 walks in 52 innings.
Definitely allowing base runners. Almost a 1.5 clip, 1.46 whip, excuse me.
Tate Shaw. Shaw's bump pulls it back. 1-0.
And you could take the bunt off here if you want to be aggressive. Put a little hit and run on right now.
David Pierce delivering the signs from third base. The offensive numbers have gone up since they've made that switch. And here's the bunt. It's right to Stroud. He will fire to the lead runner. There's one, but Shaw will be able to leg it out as that bunt went right to Stroud, and Stroud winged it to second base.
They're wondering, did Tucker have second base? Was he in contact with the bag when he caught the ball?
Yes,
he was. Proper call.
Another part of the game where you have to execute.
Yep.
Unable to get the sacrifice bunt and advance the runner.
And Shaw is caught, but gets away with it. The get out of jail free card played by Tate Shaw.
Gonzalez comes out. He comes out in the back. You can see Shaw. He's thinking about going. He gets right here. Oh, no, I'm in big trouble. Tucker just couldn't get to the throw. Ball tailed a little bit on Gonzalez, and Tucker couldn't get there. I would call it E2.
And that is the official score. E2, no stolen base for Shaw. Runner in scoring position now for the freshman Lance Ford. Gets a rip to right field. Darius Hill going back. He's just a spectator. Ford delivers. First career home run for Lance Ford.
Happy anniversary, Marty and Patty. Right out there underneath their 40th anniversary sign in right center.
Marty and Patty may want to find that ball and they give it to Ford so he can remember that moment.
There's some excitement on the bench. Get you a curtain call.
First career.
Got him a curveball right in the zone.
Say this about this Texas team. They are going through adversity, going through more than their share of heartbreak, especially with the way the last 4 have gone. The question is, Michael McCann puts this one in center field for the single. Do they keep fighting? Do they keep coming back to the ballpark? And the answer has been yes. I mean, they have been in all these games. At no point in time has this looked like a team that has collapsed and have let the tribulations get them off course.
Well, you know they can win. It's just different facets of the game, whether it's defense or the bullpen or not advancing runners on sacrifice. They just haven't played clean baseball.
Nope. Hasn't been a lack of effort, though. I think that's what you're looking at. I mean, these guys are still trying. Sometimes you try in baseball, as our great friend Augie Grito said, you're backing up.
Still seems to be a really good vibe in the Tux's dugout. Seeing them in pregame warm-ups and batting practice.
It's just a 6-game losing streak where
at the time it's happened.
At the time it's happened, yeah, in the point in the season, but as a fan and as a player and as a broadcaster, you look at yourself and go, what is it going to be today? Because it's been weird.
Especially with the way they
Right.
played at the beginning of the year, when so many of these games were won in one-run fashion. One-two to Ellis, way outside. McCann thought about it, snap throw by Gonzalez. And McCann is back safely.
He's not that sneaky.
Speaking of sneaky, Lance Ford, we've talked about it in depth, but he has put together a sneaky good freshman season. Ellis goes, and he's down on strikes.
The hanging breaking ball, sometimes you hang them too much.
The barrel, though.
He got around. The wrist didn't, but the barrel did.
Barrel did. Barrel crossed the plate.
So 2 outs, McCann on first as Mason Hibbler gets ready to go to work. 2 home runs on the season. The second coming yesterday in game 2.
It's 3 of 10 first pitch strikes for Stroud in this ball game.
He's sitting all over dead red now as a hitter. You miss with 2 breaking balls. You know he's got 95. I'm looking for something I can get the barrel out in front of.
Three-0. Twenty pitches this inning alone for Cade Stroud. So he started off with a walk. And that is the 3rd walk of the afternoon, 2nd of the inning, as Hibbler takes the trot 90 feet to first base. Eric Kennedy grounded out to short his first time up. Chance to break it open a bit here for the Horns in the bottom of the 2nd. Back at us. Oh, Craig Way.
Come on, Craig.
Come on, Craig.
Right above the window, right above Craig. Small window.
Quan Cosby had a chance at it, too.
One didn't budge.
I mean, we've got one of the greatest receivers in Texas history. The great play-by-play voice of the Longhorns, Craig Way. Yeah, and excuses.
Craig did go up after it.
Quan just chilled. Quan was like, if it's not from Colt, I ain't catching. Inside, good job by Gonzalez to keep everybody from moving up. Like what you've seen from Gonzalez behind the plate this series?
You know, he's got a miscue in this ball game, but he's been really good catching and throwing. He's got some big hits. He's an excellent receiver.
1-1 to Kennedy. Swinging through the off speed. 1-2. McCann on second, Hibbler on first. Ford with a 2-run home run to give the Longhorns a 2-1 lead. And this is fouled out of play. Keep Kennedy's chances alive. A lot of people around this program believe that Kennedy has All-American potential in his future. Gets a piece of the offering from Stroud.
Well, we've seen it out of Kennedy all year. I mean, he's going to get base hits where other people won't. Bunting, sacrifice bunts. He's able to get to first before the throw gets there. Infield choppers. I mean,
It's got great speed.
yeah.
He's got some pop.
Hanging around.
That's the one now. He keeps fouling him off. He's got to waste it. You got to throw this one in the dirt in front of the plate. Turf dirt.
Yep.
Turf dirt.
Into the pellets.
Trust your catcher. Gonzalez, good blocker behind the plate.
Way outside. Gonzalez nimble behind the plate. Kept that one from hitting the NCAA logo. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kennedy wants a moment.
Well, he's going to get that slider right here.
Kennedy swings through it. He's got a chance. Gonzalez makes the throw on the drop third strike. But that man delivers for the first time in his Texas career. Lands forward, goes the distance. 2-0. Check that, 2-1. Texas leads West Virginia. Texas jumping out to the 2-1 lead over West Virginia in this 3rd game of the series. Lands forward with a 2-run shot to right field. Texas needs this one in the worst way. As we look at the Big 12 standings, Kansas and Texas are at the bottom. A big 3-game series coming up next weekend in Lawrence. And why that is so important, one team in the Big 12, the bottom team, is left out from the conference tournament. And if Texas is going to make a run, conventional wisdom would lead you to believe they got to get hot, and then they got to do some work once they get to the tournament.
Yes, they do.
Well, a few years back, they barely got in the tournament and then went on to throw 3 complete games out of 4 and won the Big 12 tournament.
Yeah. That classic shot of Augie putting his hands together and looking up. Yeah. Tevin Tucker to Mason Hibbler. This is where Hibbler got into trouble yesterday. A little more aggressive there, makes the play on time.
See a time Madden here, Greg. You come back out, your team's giving you the lead, you gave up a run, 2nd time through the order. This, for me, this is going to be the most important part of the game for the freshman right-hander.
Almost first time through the order. A lot of fastballs by Ty Madden.
Didn't have to be a ball.
First time up, Dones grounded out to Ford. Ford and Shaw combined to make a fantastic defensive play to record the first out of the game. Why don't you think we've seen Madden go deeper in games? Because some of his starts, the numbers are pretty good. They just limit it to 2, 3.
Pitch counts get up. Base runners He's walked a few. He went through the dead arm period, so maybe that can have something to do with it now since that.
So this is his 6th career start. He's pitched into the 3rd inning twice. Or excuse me, into the 4th inning twice. Popped up. Duke Ellis got it.
Well, he was outstanding out at Stanford early in the season, and then like Greg was talking about, Lowell, he went through that period where arm's really not hurt. It just doesn't have any pop in it. You just don't feel right. And I think the coaching staff has tried to bring him along, but we're at a point now. Excuse me, you need some length.
I hear you. The cough button in perfect timing right there.
Well, I knew it was coming.
That was the sneeze button for you. And continued your thought.
And when you go through periods like the dead arm, I mean, you really don't correct anything. You keep throwing. You get some rehab on it, kind of wake the muscles up, stimulate everything back inside, and bring them slowly along.
Three up, 3 down. Timeout and looking good. 44 pitches. Not much to show for West Virginia. 2-1. Longhorns with the lead. Game plan with David Pierce coming your way Wednesday, 8 p.m. Central Time. I'll sit down with the head coach of the Texas Longhorns. Talk about the week that was. So we'll talk about this 3-game series against West Virginia. And then the upcoming Texas A&M Corpus Christi matchup. Game plan with David Pierce Wednesday, 8 p.m. Central Time. Austin Todd leading off the bottom of the 3rd. Cade Stroud starts him off with a strike. Stroud, 3 strikeouts, 3 walks. Started the 2nd inning with a walk to Ryan Reynolds. Reynolds then thrown out at 2nd on a sac bunt. Shaw was able to beat out the throw to 1st. Lance Ford drove him and himself in with a 2-run shot to right field. Todd did not go. It's 1-2. Coming inside to even the count.
I know one thing. You see the future of this conference, and you're looking at 2 freshman right-handers who are coming out here, and both of them have explosive stuff. I mean, mid-90s fastball and some breaking balls. Stroud's a junior. He's not
Still a good arm.
He's got a good arm.
Seventh pitch of the at-bat from Stroud to Todd. Up the middle. White thought about it. But Austin Todd with a leadoff single. He's on board safely for the 2nd time today. And Zach Zubia with an opportunity to drive him in. This was an absolute bomb. Slow down. He started speeding up, and then he said, wait a second, that's a no-doubter. I'm going to enjoy my stroll around the bases.
You hit him 450 feet, you might as well.
Went down on strikes his first time up against Cade Stroud. Texas leadoff hitter has now reached safely in 9 of 21 innings against West Virginia. First pitch swinging. And it's 0-1. All right, Zubia down 0-2.
It's going to see a breaking ball right here.
I'm going to try to get him upstairs. You never know right here.
Goes back to the fastball.
Would have got me.
Zubia also scored a critical run, tagging up on a fly ball to center field, to shallow center field from third base. Just beat the throw, beat the tag, brought it up, and Zubia was like, oh yeah, I beat it, I beat it. I shouldn't have, but I did. Zubia is a fun dude to be around. As laid back as they come.
See if we can catch up with this one right here. Got a few good cuts at it.
1-2 to Zubia. Outside again. And Todd gets back safely. Another check of Todd. And another foul ball.
Every pitch in this at bat has been the fastball.
You're saying they need to waste a breaking ball right here? You saw what he did. You saw what he did with a hanger yesterday.
Yeah, I did. You're right. But 0-2.
Yeah.
Now, as a hitter, you're thinking, well, eventually I'm going to see a breaking ball.
Not yet. So power versus power. Stroud giving Zubia his best.
Just off the plate.
Good battle here with Stroud and Zubia. 3-2, nobody out. Austin Todd on first base.
A bigger lead over there.
Todd is gone, and it's chopped foul.
First breaking ball is at 3-2.
Todd in motion again. Back towards us. The marathon continues.
I got to try the breaking ball again. Try it right here.
Last 3 Texas batters have seen 25 total pitches from Cade Stroud. Todd off again, another foul ball.
Probably ball 4 right there. Hard to lay off of, though.
This will be the 11th pitch of the at-bat. Zubia, past Domes. Austin Todd will take third. And on the 11th pitch, after 7 foul balls, Zach Zubia comes through with the base hit.
Ball hit firmly at Domes out there, but got maybe a little shielded by the umpire. Had to come back a step and just didn't get the glove down.
Yeah, I think he was also trying to, can I get that out at second, instead of making sure he secured the baseball and got the out. And Texas with something working here, bottom of the 3rd.
A hit.
Gave him a hit on that one.
Okay.
Not my call. Here's Ryan Reynolds, runners on the corners. First pitch swinging, fouls it back. So that jumps up the pitch total for Cade Stroud in a hurry.
Still no one in the West Virginia bullpen.
One to Ryan Reynolds, who's drawn a walk so far this afternoon. Yeah, wanted that one. Way out to make it 2-2. Texas had their shot to cash in a situation like this in the 9th with the game on the line. Had runners on first and second with no outs, down by 1 in the bottom of the 9th. Second and third with 1 out. But unable to get a run across to extend the game or win in walk-off fashion. 2-2 to Reynolds. Out of play. Back into play. With a bare hand. Representing South Austin Little League. How about that? There you go. Right off Toomey Road. Youngsters play their games at Weber Field. One of the best Little League fields in Austin.
Yeah.
Overlooks the skyline at night. It's beautiful. Two. And full count Reynolds hitting 340 with runners in scoring position. And Stroud is really working to get through this part of the Texas lineup.
Not holding Zuby at first. He should be able to get a big lead. Don't think he'll be going here.
Reynolds up the middle. This time it's handled by Jones. He gets one. They turn the double play. Todd scores, and it's now a 3-1 Texas lead.
Well, this is a nice job of staying with it and getting the double play right here when you needed it. Exactly what the run comes in to score. Texas doubles up their lead, but that's a good defensive play right there. Ball was hit right on the button by Reynolds.
Nobody on for Tate Shaw. Swings through the initial offering from Stroud.
First time we've seen him trying to mix in a changeup there.
Inning started with back-to-back singles by Todd and Zubia. Good for them to get one on the board, but potentially could have been a huge inning. Trade those 2 outs for the double play from Reynolds for the 1 run. No lead has been safe for Texas in the 6-game losing streak. Full count. Texas batter spoiling a lot of pitches from Stroud.
75 now.
He's been unable to put away the Longhorn hitters. He's gotten a lot of 2 strikes, but he just hadn't been able to make those pitches he's needed to once he's gotten ahead in the count.
Makes a pitch there. Inman will flip to Stroud. And the inning is over. Texas adds another to 3-1 lead. We're going to talk to the head coach of the Mountaineers, Randy Mazie, when we return.
The eyes of Texas are...
Welcome back to Austin. We told you we would have Randy Mazie, the head coach of West Virginia, on the headset. But right now, Mazie's tending to some business with a home plate umpire. So we go to the top of the 4th. With Texas holding on to the 3-1 lead against Mazie and the West Virginia Mountaineers. West Virginia took the first 2 games of the series. Both those by run. Ty Madden back out for the top of the 4th. And that skips.
So how do you hold that one? Well, a little too long.
Worm killer.
Darius Hill leads off. Shaw coming off the bag.
Foul ball.
And we'll call that foul.
Thought initially it might be catcher's interference, but it was actually off of Hill.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah. looking for that one.
See dirt fly up.
Looks like it hit right in front or to the side of his foot.
He's not limping. And that hurts.
Yeah, if it hits your foot, you're going to maybe jump around a little bit.
So you want him to sell it a little bit more. If he's going to get the call, sell it. 1-2. Madden approaching 50 pitches. His most since April 9th when he went 3 1/3 against Rice and threw 62.
He's been staked now to a 2-run lead. You attack right here, no walks.
Madden has retired 4 in a row. That followed the only walk for Madden of the afternoon. 3-2. Well hit to center field. Ellis is back. He has to speed up, but makes the catch. Runs into the Longhorn at 400 feet away from home plate. Well struck by Darius Hill.
Yeah, it was. Barreled it up. Duke, no panic. Eyes on the ball the entire time. Catches it. Runs into the wall and holds on to the baseball after that. Drifting with it. Just kept going and going and finally hit the wall after he made the catch.
Sort of had that left arm out just to sort of protection to give you an idea where the wall is.
This is Marcus Inman, the big bat for West Virginia. Had a single to left the last time up. And Eric Kennedy did a good job as Kennedy's playing very deep in left field. Oh, no. Yeah, Inman's not happy about that one. Sums it up. Shove the bat back to the Mountaineers dugout.
Well, nobody likes to get hit.
Ooh.
See right there in the tricep. Frustration with the bat toss.
But bottom line, he's on again. This is Ivan Gonzalez. And it's 2-0.
His velocity seems to be down now out of the stretch. We were talking about being able to maintain that.
Right.
Pretty much the same spot Gonzalez hit it last time up. This time with a little more juice on it. And it's 2 on, 1 out for the Mountaineers. So how long do you let a guy like Madden go when A, he hasn't gone long into games, especially recently, and B, you don't have a big margin of error?
I think you're seeing it right there, starting to look at the notepad to tell somebody to get ready, get to the bullpen, so not too much longer. They just have 4 singles off of Madden, 5 now.
This one could score a run. Inman's going to take the turn. He will be halted at third base. So bases loaded with 1 out as Philip Dole comes through with a 1 out single up the middle.
Now, there'll be a mass exits to the bullpen out of the dugout. I would not be surprised to see a visit right here just to
slow things down a little bit.
Slow things down just a hair.
Ivy, Kubicek, Bryant.
loaded for TJ Lake. Had a pinch hit home run in game 1. First pitch ball from Madden.
Catches the outside corner.
Lake had the pinch hit. 2-run homer on Friday. Been starting ever since.
Good pitch there. Texas looking for a double play ball right here. Lake has good speed. He's tough to double up from the left side.
A little more juice on that one for Madden.
Not many off-speed pitches from Madden today. A lot of fastballs.
Is that feel or scouting report?
No, I think it's, you go with, I mean, he hasn't really been hurt with anything. Singles. And style. You saw Elder, his style, his breaking ball was working. Same with Henley. Good breaking ball. Tide does have the good breaking ball, but today they're sticking with the fastball.
Can the freshman get out of the jam? Bases loaded, 1 out, facing TJ Lake. Lake up the middle. Ellis, it will fall in front of him. Inman will score, and they will stay loaded in what is now a 1-run game.
Tried to come back in, Greg, with that fastball that time. And instead of being down, he lost that tilt angle a little bit, just up enough that Lake could get his hands in on it. See, right there, just up enough.
And a lot of activity. That Texas bullpen. We're going to have a pinch hitter for West Virginia in the meantime.
Not much urgency down there. I was always one that if my starter was in trouble and my name got called, I was getting ready in a hurry. Now you see, starting to throw with a purpose. Tristan Stevens.
Brophy will be the pinch hitter.
And Madden looking for double play number 12 for West Virginia to ground into this season. Had one in this series. Brophy hitting in place of Connor Hamilton. First pitch ball. Way out, and it's 2-0.
Well, you're setting on a fastball right here. You got to hit your location. Got to throw a strike, Greg, and hit your location. So this has got to be something down and away.
A quality strike.
Yes.
That was it.
That's exactly right. That's where you got to stay.
And these balls right now are not close. Needs to be a strike or Madden's day will be done. On the line, Ford has it. To Hibbler, to first for the double play. Just what the doctor ordered. Ty Madden needed that in the worst way, and his teammates deliver with the bases loaded and 1 out. The middle infield comes through, and Texas gets out with only allowing 1 run. They maintain the lead. So the Texas defense milling around first base because we're in a review situation. They've gone to the monitors to see if Hibbler had his foot on the bag when the throw was made by Ford to second base. He indeed did. So now the Texas defense off the field, into the dugout. Time to get the helmets and the sticks and go to work.
You look at the inning. You couldn't survive the inning without that. That is just a gigantic play. You can make a star on your program if you're keeping score, because right there was that's a huge play to get a double play to get out of that.
Yeah, if you get 1 out, the game's tied. But what a play out there by Lance Ford. This ball's hit on a button. He throws it a little wide, but as soon as he catches it, you see Mason's foot just bounce off the bag. And a good pivot to get the double play.
Yeah, what did you see his eyes? He got his eyes around. That's a great note for young infielders. Get your eyes around where you can see your target. So many times you have to make a pivot or reverse, and you don't get your eyes on where you're going to throw. He got his eyes on his target quickly and got the double play.
And wouldn't you know it, Ford will lead off, followed by Michael McCann and Duke Ellis.
We've had some scoring changes in the game.
Yeah, you mentioned that, putting a little star in your scorebook. Well, Zach Zubia, that single of the 3rd inning, that is now an E4. Lance time up for Lance Ford. This was easy to score. Give him all the bases.
It didn't take him 28 seconds to get around the base pass.
It better not for your first home run. Full of adrenaline. First time you've ever done it. Hitting 270 on the year now. Picking up RBI 9 and 10 with that home run. Cade Stroud had a lengthy 3rd inning. He's back here in the bottom of the 4th. But he, like Ty Madden, really flirted with disaster and was able to get out, as Ford could have himself, and does, another base hit. He wants more. Ball gets away from Lake, and Ford with more extra bases into second safely. Leadoff double for Lance Ford.
TJ Lake gets this ball. He's really trying to take an angle to get to it. Don't think it was going to stop Ford from going to second base. And if he gets it clean right there, he got a chance to make it a closer play, but I don't think he gets him.
Now with his momentum going away from the infield. And Lance had double on his mind out of the box.
In batting practice, we should play a drill, Lowell, called get him over, get him in. You're in a game, close game like this now. It's Michael McCann's leadoff double, get him over, next guy get him in. And it doesn't necessarily have to be bunt to get him over. Just you got to hit it to the right side, make a productive out. And then the next guy's got a chance, Duke Ellis, to come to the plate, score a run without the benefit of a base hit.
That's what Texas was unable to do in the bottom of the 9th yesterday. Got the runners over, could not get them in. 0-1 to McCann. Stroud with his 80th pitch. McCann gets the bunt down, and it dives right in front of Stroud. The throw is off the mark. Ford will score. McCann to second base, and it's 4-2 Longhorns. Get him over, get him in.
And do it again. Right now, you got the same scenario as the miscue on the throw. Would think that would be sacrifice E1.
Well, even with McCann getting down the line, this ball dies out in front of the mound, and Stroud and Gonzalez kind of miscommunicate, hesitate to get there, rushed his throw wide to first. Lance Ford able to come around to score on the error by Stroud. Sacrifice bunt E1.
So Duke Ellis has been the leadoff guy for most of the season. Hibbler has that honor today. Ellis hitting in the 9-hole. Corners are up. Ellis shows bunt. Strike one from Stroud. And now activity in the West Virginia bullpen. Getting the lefty up.
Bo Lowry getting loose. Texas answering West Virginia again. West Virginia with the 1 in the second. Texas got 2. West Virginia with 1 in the fourth. Now Texas has 1.
And it's 1-2 after Ellis fails to get the punt down. And David Pierce will take an offensive timeout.
I think he's telling him, he said, we're going to bunt right here too.
And again, if you do bunt, if you're Michael McCann, you don't have to go. You got to make sure that bunt is in a proper spot where you want it, down the third base line, ideally to bring him in, and Michael McCann can just walk to third.
Inman will be behind, play deeper here, I think, at first. So too, that's the other part too. Dole is still in tight at third.
Ellis does not show bunt through the gap on the left side. Pierce will give the halt command to Michael McCann. But Texas, they're following your lead, Keith. Move them over. Get them in.
They had this same scenario last inning. Ryan Reynolds hits it on the button into the double play, but nice at bat right there. Not getting the bunt down, could be frustrated. David Pierce wisely calls the timeout. Duke hits a nice one there to left field.
I think we're going to have a pitching change here.
That's it for Cade Stroud. Bo Lowry, the lefty, out of the pen, will take the place of Cade Stroud on the bump for the West Virginia Mountaineers. When we return, I'll tell you a little bit about the new pitcher for WVU. Texas with the 4-2 lead over West Virginia. They will try to close this one out. They go to Texas A&M Corpus Christi, then play Kansas for 3 games, then come back to Austin to take on Texas State, which will be the next time you see Texas baseball on Longhorn Network. May 7th, 6:30 p.m. Central Time, right here on LHN. Bo Lowry, the southpaw, now taking the mound for the Mountaineers.
Bo Lowry, fastball, changeup, curveball. Lefties are batting 400 off of him. You see the 6-foot freshman out of the Mountain State, West Virginia. 12th appearance of the season. Batters are batting 267 off Bo on the season.
And he will face the top of the lineup for Texas. Mason Hibbler, Eric Kennedy, Austin Todd, due up. You got McCann on third, Ellis on first, nobody out.
On the series, West Virginia bullpen has thrown 7 innings. Texas got 11 hits and scored 7 earned runs off of them. They've had some big strikeouts and situations. They've had 9 strikeouts in those 7 innings, and only 1 walk for the bullpen for West Virginia.
Lowry misses low, ball 1. What do you think about the delivery here?
From the lefty here?
Yeah.
Pretty solid.
Drops it down a little.
I didn't see anything wrong with that one. Pretty good pitch, too.
It's called a ball.
Yeah.
I was a little bit surprised by that. Lowry, 12 2/3 innings of work. The only thing that jumped off the page for me is walked 10 batters. And quickly falls behind Hibbler, 2-0.
Ellis is off. Rifle to left field. McCann will score. Here comes Ellis. He will check up at third as the throw goes to second. Hibbler delivers, and it's 5-2 Texas.
It's all about count sometimes as a hitter. Once you work, get that count, got a ball up, and Hibbler put a charge into it. Great opportunity to have a big frame right here.
Big.
Same situation. Runner on first and third, nobody out. Throw back to first. Hibbler all over that. Kennedy has grounded out to short and struck out.
This is where you're not getting them over and getting them in. This is when you keep the line moving right here.
Yeah, that's exactly right. If you can run, if you can get a jump.
Kennedy fouls the bunt back.
With his speed, that's a really good play too. If he gets thrown out, he gets the run home, gets the runner to second base with no outs. But you mentioned earlier, Zeke, if he gets it on the ground, a lot of times it's a really difficult play to get an out.
It's exciting because of his speed.
His brother, by the way, is killing it now. They've made the transition to Nick, put him in the bullpen in minor league ball.
Well, you knew the arm was there.
Yeah.
He was throwing 94, 95. It jumped out of his hand. Good spin rate, I guess, jumping out of his hand.
Got a good breaking ball,
Good breaking ball, too. Just a matter of gelling it, molding it, all getting it around the zone more frequently.
All right. That's enough.
Looked like his foot went behind the rubber on that one.
That did not look normal.
Now, what are they trying to do with this many throwovers to first?
Trying to get it, if he's going, trying to pick him off.
Oh, right off Lowry. It's going to score a run. Everybody's safe. And it's 6-2 Longhorns. Infield single for Eric Kennedy.
Get a good view of it right here. One hopper. Ate him up right in the chest, right in the WV.
You got a chance to put a real big number up right here. Take advantage of it, step on the gas. Don't get in a one-run game.
That's the best way to not lose one-run games. Don't get in them.
Don't get in a one-run
I love your
game.
philosophy, Keith. And a bunt from Todd. Lowry looked like he had some trouble getting the grip initially, but makes the throw in time. One out, and the runners move up.
Went for it. Looked like got in on him a little bit right there, and the ball deadened. If he gets a little further down the line right there, looking a little something different. Good bunt, got the runners over.
I'm surprised they're not intentionally walking Zubia here to set up the double play. They do have the shift on, though.
And playing in.
Book is closed now on the starters. Cade Stroud, 3 innings, 5 hits, 6 runs. 4 of those earned, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts.
So big gap where Zubia hit it last time to the first base side of the second base bag, which, by the way, has been reversed. It's no longer a single. That goes down as an E4. 2-0.
He's expecting not much velocity coming out of Lowry, that he's going to pull the ball right here. Zach can go the other way.
He can. I still give him the green light. Here, 3-0.
I do right here. Yes.
I think so too. I think you just put him on. Set up double play.
Pitch around Zubia, bases loaded for Ryan Reynolds, who has been delivering with the bases loaded.
Should be it for Lowry.
And Maisie makes a call to the bullpen. So a new pitcher will face Ryan Reynolds as the day is done for Bo Lowry. We'll meet the new West Virginia pitcher when we return. Bases loaded, 1 out. Longhorns leading by 4. We're here in Austin. Texas trying to salvage a win and snap a 6-game losing streak. They are in the position to break it open now. They've already scored 3 runs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. It's a 4-run lead, and now Zach Ottinger will try to stop the bleeding for the Mountaineers as he comes in. And this is a difficult situation for him to enter into. Not only is it bases loaded, 1 out, but guys, Ryan Reynolds at the plate, starting with a grand slam Tuesday against Texas State. 3 for 4, 11 RBIs in bases loaded situations. I mean, the guy is teeing him up. We saw him with the critical bases loaded knock to drive in 2 a day ago.
Yeah, he's done a nice job with runners in scoring position over these last few ball games, and it's a great chance. They really separate the game. Take the, you hear the term "take the will out of your opponent." Well, this is an opportunity. It's only the 4th inning, but where you hit something in the gap here, all of a sudden you look up, you're down 8-9-2. It's hard to think you're going to get back into the ball game. So this is a critical moment for both teams.
Reynolds has also been walked 3 times with the bases loaded. Grounded into a double play in the 3rd inning. A run scored on that double play to make it 3-1. Ottinger misses with his initial delivery.
A natural cutter with his fastball.
That pitch went straight down. Right into the fastball slider pitcher. That slider had some depth to it away.
Way out, 2 balls, 2 strikes to Ryan Reynolds. And Ryan Reynolds goes down on strike, so it's up to Tate Shaw now to make something out of this bases loaded situation.
Just disappeared too.
It's got velocity to go with it.
Yeah.
Unger misses outside 1-0. Shaw's been among the best with runners in scoring position this season. Actually hits far better in this scenario than when nobody's on. That is right to Dones, who records the out. So fantastic job out of the bullpen by Zach Ottinger. But it is a crooked number on the board for David Pierce. 3 runs here at the bottom of 4th. And it is a 4-run lead for the Longhorns. Once again, Lance Ford starting it off. We're at the dish with the Longhorns lead going into the 5th, 6-2 over the West Virginia Mountaineers. And we now welcome in the head coach of the Longhorns, David Pierce. Coach, what is it about this group? We know about the struggles, but it seems like they do show up with fight every day.
Well, we've said from day one, we got great character and we got the right kids, the right mentality. You know, we just got to play better, and it's that simple. And I think that's where our youth has come out. But at the same time, I like their will to go out there and compete.
And playing better. You got Ty Madden going now into the 5th inning, and what a great double play started by Lance Ford last inning.
Well, you know, when you get those ground balls and we can handle it, it's such a momentum builder for our team, and we've turned 2 today. So he just needs to go in there and attack strike 1, just like that.
You just got it.
Thanks for your time, Coach.
All right, guys.
So Ty Madden, he got out. I mean, you were talking about 1 pitch away from him getting the hook with Tristan Stevens coming in.
Yeah, Tristan was ready. Bases were loaded, 1 out. Ball gets to the outfielder, or you walk the guy. I mean, anything can happen. You're out of the ball game. Now you get out of the inning with only giving up 1, and your team responds with 3.
And started off with 2 straight strikes before that ball. So how many times have we seen that, right? A Texas player, pitcher gets out of a jam, has something good happen for them, and then they open up the next inning, and it's a 4-pitch walk. Instead, Madden comes out, punching out Tevin Tucker.
A little different fastball. Those 4 pitches than the previous inning. Put something on that one. You got a 4-run lead. Yeah, make them earn it. They do have 6 hits, all singles. But you don't want to give the free passes.
Back to the top of the lineup for the Mountaineers, and Tyler Dones looks at ball 1. So 75 pitches now for the young Ty Madden. Second most in his career. Hibbler attacks it, makes the throw.
It's a little different, wasn't it? Came after that one.
Yeah, you just understand what speed and see the play off the bat, and you know you got to come get it. And you can see him. His first 2 steps had his head down, totally exploding to go get it. Gets the right hop, just makes it a much easier play.
And this is a bunt from White. Great play by Tate Shaw until he drops it. On the contact there with Brandon White. Ball popped out of the mitt, but Shaw initially fielded it, dealt with the speed of White. But White is on board.
He touched the base, touched it with his toe.
So E3 gets White aboard.
All right, there's a couple of discussions here. Is he out of the baseline? Well, you all know that you can take a huge turn when you hit a ball into the outfield. The running lane is a lane created for a ball that's behind you to create the throw lane for the catcher. It is not a running lane that you have to run into as a baseline. So that David Pierce is asking, hey, did he get out of the baseline? You know, you can move to a void right there. That is not a, the ball just came out of his glove.
They tagged him, but then it came out.
Yeah.
And he's off. The throw from McCann. Hibbler with the tag, got him.
Well, a really nice job by Michael McCann. Not a great pitch to throw, but really good tag on the other end by Mason Hibbler to get it out, take away a base runner.
Back here at the Dish, Texas leading West Virginia 6-2. The Mountaineers with Randy Mazey, head coach, taking the first 2 games of the series. And coach, this is a team that's really starting to come together, playing great baseball right now. What's been key for your group lately?
I mean, just the attitude and the culture we've got going in the dugout. You know, late in the game, we've won 5 in a row, all by 1 run, and I think we had 3 walk-offs in a row at home. So we're starting to feel it a little bit toward the end of the game that we can win every game we play.
And today you're going to have some of your young pitchers out of your bullpen, keep this thing close to allow you to come back.
Yeah, this is going to be fun. You're going to see some really good arms coming out of our bullpen right now. We've had such good starting pitching so far this year that we haven't had to use a ton of our freshman arms out of the pen, but you're getting ready to see some guys that we think are going to have a really bright future here.
What makes you believe that your group can make a run?
You know, just the leadership, the senior leadership we have, the older guys that have been through the ringer before. A lot of these older guys in our program have been starting for 4 years. They were playing as freshmen, so they don't get rattled at all when in games like this. You know, nobody's panicking. It's going to be a bullpen game at this point, and we like our bullpen.
Coach, I just want to know, do you get frequent flyer miles, as many miles as y'all have to travel? Y'all's travel is a little different than anybody else in the league. Is that something that y'all look at the beginning of the season and say, take care of yourself, guys, because we do have to get on the road farther than anybody else?
Yeah, you know, we do, and we know we're going to travel a lot when the season starts, and you know at some point that fatigue is going to set in with our team because we normally play the first 20 on the road, so it's going to catch up to you at some point. So we've tried to arrange our midweek schedule to play mostly on Wednesdays now instead of Tuesdays, especially coming off the road because, you know, we'll get home tonight after this series. Our kids won't get to bed till 3 or 4 a.m. Tonight. And, you know, if you have to turn around and play on Tuesday after going to all your classes on Monday, you know, we're normally playing with a bunch of zombies on Tuesdays. So we've kind of pushed our midweek games back to Wednesdays to give us an extra day's rest. And I think we're starting to see some benefits of that.
Well, Coach, we really do appreciate your time, appreciate catching up, doing a fantastic job with this West Virginia group.
Hey, you know, I'm thinking of a career as either a color guy or a play-by-play guy, but I'm not sure which one I want to do yet. But you got the advantage. If I'm the play-by-play guy right now, you got the advantage because I can tell you what pitches are coming. There's not enough time for you guys to relay them to the hitters. So.
Well, you can be like Keith. He does both.
No, you
which
guys
is extremely
are awesome.
tough.
I listen to all you guys, watch all your games. You guys do a great job and do a great job for college baseball. And, you know, it's just fun to listen to you guys and fun to be a part of this stuff down here.
Is anybody paying you to say that?
I'll give you that $1 when I see you again.
One of you 3 is paying me. I'm not going to tell you which one it is.
I'll give you that $1 when I get down there.
Coach, we appreciate the time.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Always fun catching up with the head coach of the Mountaineers, Randy Mazey.
That's talent right there. Call pitches and do an interview at the same time.
He was telling us before he went on, it doesn't do anything. Maybe it's just that ability to do everything all at once. It's no big deal. Put on the headset, do an interview, call pitches.
You know, baseball's supposed to be fun, and that's one thing you can tell right there. He said it, told us before we went on the air, this is the season of fun.
Yeah.
For the Mountaineers.
Ellis down on strikes, so Ottinger gets Ford and Ellis to go down. McCann with a single to left. He's on first base.
Breaking ball right here from Ottinger. Took a little off of that one. That Duke fool. Straight down.
Good. Top of the order, it's Mason Hibbler. Had an RBI single to left. It's part of a 3-run fourth inning for the Longhorns. Ripped up the middle. McCann holds it second, and it's a 2-out knock for Hibbler. Different dude than we saw at the beginning of the season with Mason Hibbler.
He's all the way up to 263 after that base hit right there on the season.
That's saying something from where he started.
That's 220 points higher than he was hitting at one point in the year.
Hibbler 5 for 12 in the series in his 10th multi-hit game of the season.
And starting off the year like he did, you don't know how difficult that is to have that average where it is now. That's a lot of base hits.
It becomes overwhelming at times when you look at it.
Start to think
if I go
about it.
4 for 4, I'm hitting 100.
Right.
So, you know, it's just one of those things when you start really, it's just a long climb out.
Kennedy. Tucker with the backhand. Fine play by Tevin Tucker at short. We go to the 6th, 3-4-5 up for the Mountaineers. Longhorns lead 6-2. Texas softball next in action on the Longhorn Network Wednesday, 6 p.m. Central Time, as they will host Incarnate Word. Up from San Antonio, you'll see the action across the street at McCombs Field. As Texas softball is looking like a team ready to make a postseason run. Yeah, right there.
Right there at that field.
Right there.
Yeah, they're good.
They're playing well.
Inside the circle.
It's a huge inning for Texas defensively. Can they throw a 0 up here, get to that last third of the ball game? That way you can set your bullpen up. Meat of the order coming for the Mountaineers.
And this is huge for Ty Madden to come out here to start the 6th inning. 79 pitches, his career high is 107. And that was in his 2nd career start on the road at Stanford, where he was electric. Shut out the Cardinal in 7 innings, only allowed 5 hits.
Change up right there. Brandon Ivy running to the bullpen.
Popped up. Austin Todd under it. 1 down.
Big out.
Yes.
First out of this 6th inning with Marcus Inman coming up. Has a base hit, got hit by a pitch, scored both the runs.
So this is now the 2nd longest outing of Ty Madden's career in terms of pitches and innings pitched. Only time with more of that Stanford performance we were talking about. 1-0 here to Inman.
This is what I see. It's kind of University of Texas. They could not say who the Sunday starter was. That's how when it's not going very well.
Todd will have to drift back a couple of steps. 2 down.
This is the kind of outing that you're looking for. You need that Sunday guy. Ty Madden showing that he can do it right here after they've had a tough series. Losing the first 2. Giving you 6 innings right here so far.
We had the hunch it could be Boki today. Entering the series, he went in relief in game 1 on Friday night. There's Mateo. One-0 to Ivan Gonzalez. Make that 2-0. Gonzalez with a couple of singles to the left side. Popped up left side out of play.
The guy ran up 4 flights right there and came right back to where he was sitting. The ball, bounced right to him.
It found him.
I guess it would be 4 flights. It'd be 4 aisles. 4 flights, that'd be a long way.
That's a good run.
That's why we take the elevators home.
Yeah.
It's a right-hander that just hit a left-handed foul ball right there. I mean, this is where left-handers hit them. Right up over the West Virginia dugout.
To Hibbler. 3 up, 3 down. Ty Madden, a new man, after getting out of that bases loaded jam. The last 2 innings have been nice. Austin Todd will lead off for the Longhorns when we return.
I've been itching to play again, and sitting out through the fall, watching your team go through all the workouts and you not being able to do and help those guys and play with those guys, you know, it's definitely fun to be back out there.
Austin Todd will lead off for the Longhorns. Last season was not a good year for Todd, primarily because he just battled to stay healthy.
Yeah, you can't control the injury bug sometimes, and just snuck up on him a couple times last year. And it is the toughest thing for any player. Sometimes you don't feel like you're part of the team, even though you're out here and on uniform. He's getting his money's worth this year. Having a really good year. Brock Helverson will come in, the freshman. We talked to Coach Mazey. And you will see some freshmen. And here comes one right here, making his 10th appearance of the season. Fastball, slider, changeup. He can get it the lower 90s.
Todd has drawn a walk. He singled, put down a bunt as well. And Tucker on the run, looking good at short.
Unusual arm slot. There's a little sink right there.
Some good sink on it. So what happens, you keep that sinker down and just beat it right in the ground. Infielders have to be ready. Right out in front of the plate. Good play by Tucker at short to come get it and get rid of it.
First pitch to Zach Zubia was inside for ball 1. 5 home runs, 30 driven in for Zubia.
Five. 95.
From that arm slot.
Side. A little off of that one.
It's 3-1 to Zubia. Good count here for Zubia to do some damage. will not have a chance. Second straight walk Zubia has drawn. Tough afternoon at the plate for Reynolds. Grounded into a double play. Struck out. Has drawn a walk, though. Dying in center field. And there's the first knock for Reynolds on the afternoon.
Well, tailing away from it, just got enough of it. Strong enough to get it off the end of the bat into center. Still, just a 4-run game right here. You'd love to get some separation, really. Not make this thing go into the ninth where you got to worry about getting outs.
4 straight losses by 1 run. Texas has led when the game was tied into the ninth in every one of those games. First pitch strike to Tate Shaw. Also keep in mind, in this 6-game losing streak, the bullpen with a 13.3 ERA.
Oops.
That's way outside. Everybody moves up 90.
Mascot?
Yeah, he got the bull.
You got to bring the infield up here.
Well, this one just gets away from him, just a little bit outside. Not even Mr. Gonzalez can reach that one.
Low strike. Makes it 1-2. Shaw was trying to sell that he was hit by the pitch.
Might have been hit, but he also didn't try to move.
Pointed to his knee. But no go. Check swing, did not go. Full count for the Tater. Tate Shaw. Mountaineers with the infield in, trailing by 4. And Shaw gets to first.
Take advantage of this right now.
Well, this is the guy that's been making the most of his opportunities. Lance Ford, 2-run home run to right in the second inning. Had a double to open up that breakthrough 3-run 4th inning.
Randy Mazie with a stroll out to the mound.
You can't defend the base on balls. So your defense, you can't put them in any spot. Got to find a way to throw strikes. And that, the conversation's pretty. You see these guys that have got these good arms. Greg, you try to find a way to educate them that it's all about being in the strike zone. Because if you miss on the first 2 and throw me a strike on 2-0, a lot of times hitters are sitting right dead on what you're coming with, and you're still going to give up hits.
And I think you can learn by that. You saw the first 2 pitches to Zach Zubia were 95 miles an hour balls. He takes a little bit off 91 for a strike. I would rather throw 91 over the plate than have 95 and not know where it's going. You have more control with less speed.
Right. You can go to 95.02.
Yeah, there are times.
1-0 to Ford after the conversation with Maisie. Helverson gets himself a strike off that foul.
Good meeting.
Anytime you throw a strike after a meeting.
Conversation short-lived. That's another ball from Helverson. It's 2-1. Ford trying to bust a pinata open. Oh boy! Lance Ford! Get them all! The pinata has been busted, gentlemen.
Have a day, young man. And happy anniversary again, Marty and Patty. Back to back, a 3-run homer. Yeah, 3-run homer and a 2-run homer and a grand slam today for Lance Ford. Gets all over this one, almost the same exact spot.
Got a pitch up, great extension right there, and Texas has got some separation.
And the most emotion I've ever seen out of the freshman Lance Ford that usually plays it so cool. We need to compare the home run trot of Zuby at 28 seconds yesterday to that one that we just saw from Ford.
Well, I think you can take Ford's two together today. They probably add to 28.
The third grand slam for Texas in the last 10 games. Second in the span of 4 games, with Reynolds going back to Tuesday at Texas State.
You get the separation now, it sort of relaxes you.
Man, that ball was ripped by Ford. Off the bat.
Yeah, that's one of those where you, as soon as he leaves the bat, you're like, okay.
Yeah,
I like my chances.
Do you stay with Madden here? There's a question for you right there. You've gone 6, got a good lead. I think you go to the bullpen right here if you're Texas.
Why not stay with Madden?
Well, I think you've gotten something positive out of him. You stretched it out. And
Teo starting to get loose down there in the pen. Not throwing, I always say throwing with purpose, just playing catch. I know there's 1 out in the inning. So if there were to be 2 quick outs, he wouldn't have time to get loose. Madden would have to go back out there. I think right now you send the, I like him going back out, but it's an 8-run lead. He's given you 6 solid.
Quality start. Allowed 2 runs.
Full count to Michael McCann. Flare to right, into the mid of Hill, 2 down.
What's Ford's slugging percentage on today?
Look at this smile, though. He can't get it off his face.
Why would you? Look at that. After making an out, Michael McCann comes in and gives him a hug.
No matter how hard he tries, at least in this moment before he takes second base defensively, that smile is not going anywhere.
2,500, if you want to know the answer.
Two homers and a double.
And 4 at bats, 2,500.
That's what it's about right there. That's why kids play the game. Have moments like that. But he didn't bat flip.
Well, no, you hit it and run as hard as you can until it leaves the park, then jog.
And Lance Ford possibly could see if they could keep that sign up out there in right center.
Every day is the 40th anniversary for Marty and Patty.
They've both been close to it.
That's great product placement, by the way. Ellis draws the walk.
So does Randy Mason.
And it will be a new pitcher for the Mountaineers.
You know, the Mountaineers, pretty obvious why they're called the Mountaineers. Being
West
from
Virginia.
West Virginia. The mascot started as early as 1927.
Okay.
Wearing the coonskin cap, carrying the musket. Lawson Hill was the first official one in 1934. Yep. They didn't, everyone went 1 year, but then Boyd Slim Arnold, a PE major from Bayard, West Virginia, was the first to serve 3 straight years.
He served
as the mascot. They didn't have one in 1944, and we'll continue this story about the Mountaineers when we get back. Horns are up 10-2. Gabe Kurtzall's in the ball game for the Mountaineers. Another freshman arm coming in this ball game. Fastball, curveball, changeup from Kurtzall, the freshman Texas product out of Fort Worth, making his 10th appearance for the Mountaineers. We'll continue.
Yeah, let's get back to the mascot trivia.
With the Mountaineers. They didn't have one in 1944.
Well, obviously.
World War II.
Sure.
No mascot for West Virginia. Natalie Tennant, who became the West Virginia Secretary of State in 2009, was the first female in 1990 Mountaineer.
So not required to grow a beard.
Not required. That's not a requirement anyway.
It's not.
No.
That's just part of the look.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, you got to look rugged. You got to look mountainish.
The best way to do that is with a long beard.
Also, Rebecca Durst in 2009 became the second female so far.
Okay.
All right. Currently, well, I say currently, up until April 11th when they had the passing of the rifle ceremony, Trevor Keiss was the 65th Mountaineer, and right now it's Timothy Eads is the mascot currently for the Mountaineers.
Any information on the audition process? How you would become the Mountaineer?
You never send me these texts.
I'm sorry, it's just something that
I'm sure you have to get up and make people.
Yeah, the investigational trail has been broken.
Right.
Yeah. I'm not trying to find the weak link in your research, just trying to conversate about the mascot.
I'm sure they didn't just say, hey, you have a beard, you're the mascot.
That musket's loud.
It is. Well, musket, speaking of musket, in 2009, you'll see that the Mountaineer now has a little beagle, like a stuffed beagle that he wears.
Like a dog.
That's his friend.
Hold on, timeout.
It's the Mountaineer's best friend.
You just threw a curveball. It's not an actual beagle?
It's not an actual beagle. It's just like a stuffed animal.
Ellis takes second base. For what reason?
He needed a friend.
Because everyone needs a best friend.
But like Hookham doesn't walk around with another stuffed animal of a little longhorn.
Well, it gets lonely in the mountains, I guess. You need
That's a good point.
Best friend, musket. A beagle.
Bevo doesn't like dogs.
Beagle.
We learned that with Arga.
We learned that the hard way.
We learned that. Yes, we did. 1-2 to Hibbler. Lifted. TJ Lake will hold up for him, and he makes the catch. But Lance Ford, goodness. A couple of home runs. The only couple he's hit to the start of his freshman career. Happy anniversary again. Grand slam, Lance Ford. A 10-2 Texas lead because of Lance Ford. He's driven in 6 off 2 home runs. His first career home run, 2-run shot. Coming in the second. And moments ago, delivering the grand slam. Ty Madden, we'll call this, now that his day is done, second best outing of his career, a young career at that, outside of the Stanford performance.
Oh yeah, today, I mean, not knowing you might pitch Friday, you might pitch Saturday, and then you get to start on Sunday, going out and giving you 6 solid innings and turning it over to Mateo Boki.
Yeah, quality start. 6 innings, 2 runs.
Now it's up to Boki to do the rest, a guy that can certainly go the distance from here and close it out for Texas. Saw him pitch on Friday. Gave up the go-ahead home run to Marcus Inman. Prior to that, Boki had really been finding his groove and has been excellent.
He can take, you see, he took some off of that. Take a look right there. Ty Madden, 91 pitches, 6 innings, just the 1 earned run and 1 walk. Big key right there, just 1 walk. Did hit a guy, but
he deserved it.
No.
Is that what you're trying to say?
No.
But limited the damage. I mean, with the free passes.
Right. And a huge double play turn started by Lance Ford.
Popped up. Hibbler will let Ellis make the grab. And it's 1 down. Yeah, that double play with the bases loaded, not just a changer for Madden, allowing him to go 2 more, but that was the turning point in this game.
There's no
question.
question.
Hard. Ball was hit on the barrel. 1 hopped right to Lance. Good turn. Sweet turn out there.
Let's not forget about the first play of the game. Ford ranging up the middle, able to make that throw across his body against his momentum on the run. Shaw made a nice play at first base. Set the tone for this one.
Lance Ford's had a pretty good day.
Yes, indeed. Pretty good freshman year as Kennedy drops it. And Lake is able to take second.
He never hesitated going around first. He was headed there, and the bobble by Kennedy let him get there easily.
And that is a single E7 for TJ Lake.
This is what you don't want in this situation. Don't want to get sloppy. I know he bobbled it. It came out of his glove, didn't get a handle on it. Three errors apiece. Both teams today.
See a changeup from that arm slot. That's something he's been working on to add in that other element for a left-handed hitter.
Got here, he had seven pitches. They narrowed that down to 4, and now with the different arm angle, really can only throw really a fastball, slider, changeup. That one gets away on a swinging strike.
Texas starters in this series with a 1.89 ERA. Going back to Bryce Elder and how good he was Friday night with a career-high 13 strikeouts.
Well, you held West Virginia to a 194 average in the first 2 ball games, and you're down 0-2.
Hindley pitched well enough. The errors really haunted him, so the 5 runs he allowed, they were all unearned.
Yeah, I mean, the unearned runs lead to more pitches and more stress on your arm. Sometimes a pitcher can only do so much when the defense isn't playing well behind them. There you see Blair.
Well, this is Brophy, who grounded into the double play with the bases loaded. Now on strikes. 2 down for Mateo Bocchi.
Gets under the bat again. Does Mateo. It's a screwball effect. Mateo liked it. He gave a few glove claps after
yeah,
that
but
one.
he knows that run at third was an earned run. You know, it's what they mean a lot to pitchers.
Do you think?
Bottom of the lineup, Tevin Tucker. Down 0-1 after fouling that off.
Good location with that.
It's looking, it's late,
Yeah.
it's sharp. It buckles you.
Well, if you started out at the hitter, yeah. Now you start this one out the same location away and break it off the plate.
Or start that one right at it and let it sink in. Going away.
Ooh. Close. But Bocchi doesn't get the call. 2-2 to Tevin Tucker. Reynolds. So Texas will have a chance to win the game if they can score 2 runs in the bottom of the 7th Mercy Rule in play if Texas would win.
The eyes of Texas.
Again on Wednesday night, our buddy Lowell and Coach Pierce. Game plan. 8 p.m. Central Wednesday evening. You can catch it on LHN or streaming live on the ESPN app. Well, there's a lot of questions.
Yeah.
That you've got to come up with this week to be prepared for that.
Well,
on Wednesday night.
the best shows that we have are when you guys also submit questions. So do you got any?
Well, you know,
really ask our questions?
I do.
Do you?
Did you not watch the?
I have them all DVR'd up.
You binge
So
watch.
that is-
Do you
that
binge
is
watch all of
Yeah,
them?
whenever I'm through,
No,
with my date lines and stuff, I go straight to Lowell.
Okay.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. But no, we had Tate Shaw on.
It was great.
Right.
And you wanted to know, you guys want to know if he actually got hit by the ball. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
He didn't.
he didn't, but he said the right thing that he did.
I thought Bryce was good. I saw the show. You had Bryce on
So
last
Keith
week.
watches. Keith
Well,
watches
I
live.
had the volume down. I watched it. I mean, it was here at the park.
So you just look at us? No, I can't blame you.
I try to speak along with y'all and see what, make up my own.
You put closed captioning on and read along?
Yeah.
Put your readers on and go for it. 3-2 to Eric Kennedy up the middle. Tough play for Dones. Yeah. I mean, that's a fantastic job to just get to that ball. But with the speed of Kennedy, not going to make that play.
Second hit of the day. Really nice play. To his right to get to it. You know, anybody else, he's got a chance right there, but you're just not going to get Eric Kennedy going down the line.
Once you have to go to the ground with Kennedy flying down the line, why risk it?
Kennedy 7 for 13 in the series. Started off great with a 4-hit performance in game 1. And now Austin Todd represents the winning run for the Longhorns, because with this being travel day, Big 12 play, the Mercy Rule is in effect. A play by Emmett.
No doubt, that was a tough pick.
One out to Todd. Straight up. Dole brings it in, and it's 1 down. Zobia has walked in 2 straight appearances. He's also struck out and reached on an error. And another nice pick by Marcus Inman.
At that point as a first baseman, all you're trying to do is get the ball knocked down. If you can keep it around the area, there's no advancement. It gets by you back to the wall, it's going to cost you at least 1 base.
First pitch strike from Gabe Kurtzels. Swing and a miss from Zobia, 0-2.
Slow one.
Took something off.
Yeah.
Way outside, Gonzalez is able to get there.
That's a hard stop. You're just not anticipating that ball being that far outside, and Gonzalez, he's talked about him being an excellent receiver.
Kennedy is off. The throw down by Gonzalez, wide left. Kennedy with the stolen base.
Really hard pitch to throw. You know, he's good at catching and throwing. That's in a location that you're not going to get a whole lot on the throw.
He got a good jump that time, did Kennedy.
This will get out of play. Souvenir.
He held on to it.
I got it. Now let me go talk about it.
Ooh, I got one in my hand and my glove.
Great day at the ballpark.
Zobia fouls it off himself. We'll stay at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Straight change that time.
Can't overstate the importance of this game for Texas. Every game
From
during this stretch, yeah, it's
must wins.
They are huge, enormous, and to stop the slide and look like the team that everybody saw at the beginning of the season. It's got to restart somewhere, and this has looked like the performance for Texas to hit the reset button.
double digits in runs, double digits in hits. But more importantly, I think Zeke said it earlier, Madden's outing
was huge.
Was
he had
gigantic.
It gave you six innings. And that's something Sunday starters especially haven't been able to do.
Ripped to left field. Kennedy will halt there. Zach Zubia has seen 32 pitches today.
He's 1 for 3, scored a run, he's walked twice. As you mentioned, seen an awful lot of pitches.
This guy came off the bench ready to throw. I think he warmed up a little bit earlier and came into the dugout.
Another pitching change as Kurtzall's afternoon comes to an end. New pitcher for the Mountaineers, 1 out. Texas up by 8. Runners on first and third when we return. Tristan Hudson, the 6th pitcher we will see for West Virginia on this Sunday. 6'3" sophomore from Seneca, South Carolina.
He's made an appearance in this series so far. Just went a third of an inning, gave up 3 hits and a couple of earned runs. But on the year, really good numbers for Tristan.
First batter he will face is Ryan Reynolds. Reynolds singled his last time up. 2 runs here from Texas will end the game. There also is a drop dead time of 3:20, so no new inning will start today after 3:20, allowing West Virginia catch their flight and travel back home. Swing and a miss on the 2-0 offering from Hudson. Outside, and it's 3-1.
A lot of sink, arm slot down low. Trying to get a ground ball.
Fouled back. Almost a bare hand.
Got the hand, got the opposite wrist, bobbled it,
but still makes a play.
Then picked it up.
Got a chance to make a play on it?
A few of them.
One out walk, bases loaded for Tate Shaw. So base hit here could end it.
Had a great chance to make that play as well.
Got a bad read on it. Picked it up a little late.
Had it in his hands, though.
It was right there. High sky.
Few clouds.
Look how high it is.
Sky blue sky.
It is sky blue. Same colors as the umpire's uniform.
That's Columbia blue. You can't tell the difference between sky blue and Columbia blue?
I'm having a tough time.
Greg, would you like to?
Azure.
Fantastic.
Columbia blue. And there's sky blue. Not much different.
That is sky blue. You are correct on that.
0-2 to Shaw. To right field. Just foul. That was almost the end to the 6-game losing streak. Again, the mercy rule is in effect. 2 runs here wins it for Texas.
The guy on deck's had a big game.
Yeah, not too bad.
He's wanting another chance.
Inman will go home. So it's now 2 outs. But Mr. Do-It-All is coming to the plate. Lance Ford, first career home run in the 2nd inning. That drove in 2. Happy anniversary, Marty and Patty. Then the first career grand slam. Happy anniversary, 41st. Marty and Patty. And the smile has not left his face. Ford with a chance to end it. Ball 1. And it's 2-0.
Not going to overpower. You got to stay on this. This is one you can't think about pulling here. Back through the box. Had a big night, but still.
The 6 RBI today from Ford. It's a season high for Texas along with Zach Zobia. 3-0. Hudson comes back with a strike. Chopped to Dones. Makes the play on time, so we'll play another inning. Texas cannot come through with the bases loaded. Top of the lineup for the Mountaineers as we go to the 8th.
Hey.
Break out the brooms. Texas softball needed those against Kansas. Got the sweep against the Jayhawks. Now it's on to Incarnate Word. Cardinals in town on Wednesday. The matchup you'll see right here on Longhorn Network, 6 p.m. Central Time. Logan Lindo here with Keith Moreland and Greg Swindell.
We got some defensive changes.
We do. Would you like to handle these?
Well, Sam Burleson goes in at first base. Tate Shaw will move into left field for Eric Kennedy. Burleson will bat in the Kennedy spot in the order in the 2nd spot.
Fabulous. Just fabulous. And a pinch hitter now for the Mountaineers. Getting in place of Tyler Dones will be Austin Davis, the man that scored the winning run in yesterday's game 2. He came in as a pinch runner for Marcus Inman. Inman hit a double. And we saw Davis take third base on a balk, and he was later scored on a safety squeeze. Bokey back out for his 2nd inning of work. Chop foul. Another foul ball to the right side. So for Texas, again, we cannot overstate just how important a win here would be, because it sets them up for a midweek matchup against Texas A&M Corpus Christi before they go to Kansas. Yep, that will be on the road.
Whataburger Field.
Home of the Hooks, as Davis is down on strikes.
Good movement on this one. To see Michael McCann outside, comes right back over the outer half of the plate, hits the mitt. Pretty good spot right there, Mateo Boki.
So after A&M Corpus Christi, it's 3 games on the road at Kansas. The team's at the bottom of the Big 12 standings with the Horns, as Ford makes the play. After that, it's Texas State and Incarnate Word. 2 teams already with wins against Texas, and then 3 against Oklahoma before the Big 12 tournament. But getting to the tournament is the challenge now. That's why the series against Kansas, at this point in time, it is the biggest series of the year.
No doubt. 3 games on the road. I mean, score holds up here, you're going to have a half a game lead going into that series. So winning that series is going to be so important.
3 up, 3 down for Boki. McCann, Ellis, Hibbler coming up for Texas as we go to the bottom of the 8th.
Ooh, Austin restaurant. I don't know, I just now started going to Bird Biscuit, so I'm hooked on that right now.
Sushi Janai. It's $30 all you can eat. It's hard to beat.
Me and a bunch of the guys will go probably like twice a week maybe and go eat all you can eat sushi.
I love One in a Million. Love that breakfast place.
If we're going fancy, Perla's, 100%. If we're going like casual, Monty's. You gotta be Monty's.
Probably Torchy's. Yeah, 3 Democrats at Torchy's. Nothing quite like it, really.
Some solid choices. Bo Galindo, Keith Moreland, Greg Swindell.
I go El Mats.
I go Matt's El Rancho all day long.
That's usually my Sunday go-to.
Get the Crenshaw steak. Have you had that?
I have not.
Armstrong.
I saw Ben Crenshaw at Matt's. Does that count?
Was he eating the Crenshaw steak?
I didn't see him eating.
He wasn't eating anything? Well, he was just there?
We were talking.
Oh, so you were talking. Okay, Madison Jeffrey, the new pitcher, freshman out of West Virginia, making his 7th appearance of the year. How about some Hat Creek Burger as well? Former Texas basketball walk-on Drew Gressett has done a fabulous job with that franchise.
Hat Creek is very good. I like the fly right chicken sandwich. Is pretty good
too. It is good. Lucy's Chicken is good as well.
Where was this all-you-can-eat sushi place?
I don't know about any place that is all-you-can-eat sushi. That just doesn't sound right.
How fresh is it?
I don't know about it. So here are the Big 12 standings. West Virginia's hit at 7, so they are trailing Baylor along with Texas Tech. Bears the outright leader. Then at the bottom there you see Kansas and Texas. Now Texas still does have a strong resume because of what they did in non-conference play. Is that enough though, and we will see, to offset the way they've played in the second half of the season?
Well, the committee looks at your last 10, so we're involved in that right now. And then I really believe Texas is going to have to qualify for the Big 12 tournament and then go to the tournament. Go to the tournament and make some noise.
This guy has been a busy man, Michael McCann, at the plate for the Longhorns. He is the catcher. He is the catcher. Not the starting catcher, he's the catcher. Ripped. Will this get down? Brandon White gives chase. What a catch! Brandon White. Hello. Add that to his weekend-long highlight reel.
Now, this is a great first step. Makes a great effort to get to it. Not sure he'd had to leave his feet.
Yeah, I'm with you now in second.
But just an outstanding play to make the play right there to get it out. secure it any way you can, but I'm not sure he had to leave. But that was a great play anyway.
Regardless,
yes,
if he had to leave his feet or not, the distance covered how quickly he did it.
He gained some ground in a hurry.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Here's Duke Ellis.
Did I hear one of those guys talk about bird biscuits or something?
Bird?
Ryan Reynolds.
A biscuit place?
Oh, I kind of got hungry.
Called Madre Kitchen on Old Torf. Taco stand.
Good.
The best.
We even got the barbecue.
Okay, let's get into it.
That's a given. That's anywhere.
I think you have to weigh quality of barbecue with how long you are willing to wait in line. Because no doubt Franklin's is amazing. That's a long wait for good barbecue. Love barbecue. The wait isn't quite as long.
It's still a wait.
It is. Black's on Barton Springs is really good. And most of the time you can avoid a long line. So I think that comes down to the balance. Quality versus time of wait.
And there's still 3 or 4 more that we haven't mentioned that are every bit as good. I mean, Copeland's is great in Copeland, Texas. Not that far away.
We're in Austin's on.
Yeah. Keep it weird. We're in Austin, man. Where is Copeland?
That way.
Northeast.
Kind of where you're going today.
Up in Taylor?
Kind of right.
Yes.
Kind of that direction. So where are your other barbecue joints?
I bet Zonk, you make good barbecue, don't
I'm not a huge barbecue.
Fish.
I'd rather make you a steak.
Okay. Well,
when?
You got my number. Yeah. I've known you a while.
Are you a T-bone or a tenderloin guy?
I'm a fillet.
Yes.
Yes. You're making it? Yes.
Oh, 2 here to Mason Hibbler.
Butterfly with some nice horseradish butter.
Ooh. Put horseradish on anything. You got me. Let's go.
It's a good arm right here.
Where's he been?
Where's
Where's he been this weekend?
That's a really good young arm. Randy Mazie said we got some guys in our bullpen that got good arm. This is a good arm right here.
Hasn't given up a hit all season. This is his 7th appearance.
And strikes have been at times a problem.
Outside to make it 2-2. Hibbler goes, and he's down on strikes. Madison Jeffrey retires the side quickly. Oh, look at that, using the Keith Moreland dance moves.
Boy, you better.
Yeah, you know.
I don't have them that good.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
It's been a good day for Texas baseball. 10-2 lead over West Virginia. Lo Galindo here with the dancing man Keith Moreland and Greg Swindell. This is one of those games, though, that Texas has desperately been searching for. 6 straight losses, 4 of them by 1 run. They haven't gotten down, though, during this time. And Lance Ford is a huge reason why they're in the spot they are in to break that streak.
Well, a huge day for Lance. He's been playing really good as of late. He got the opportunity to be the everyday second baseman. He got comfortable, started swinging the bat. His defense has been really good. And today, a career day for the young man.
Yeah, and then you got to go to Ty Madden, too. 6 innings, 2 hits, I mean, or 2 runs, quality starts. You needed that out of a Sunday starter. Greg, you've talked about it a ton, that, you know, they haven't really had a guy that they could count on at the end of the weekend.
So this is Andrew Zittel hitting in place of Marcus Inman. Zeitel, excuse me, Andrew Zeitel.
And the other part of this is Mateo Boki has come in. It's not that easy to pitch sometimes when you've got a big lead too. I mean, it's easier than you're behind, but still, he's come in and done a nice job too.
West Virginia is a free swinging team, and when you're going to be down as much as they are, you have to make good pitches, especially early in counts, or they're going to get right back in the ball game. And Mateo's done a really good job, just giving up 1 single since he's been in this ball game.
Do you feel better about Texas breaking through, knowing that in the last 4 games they've been close, and now this appears to be a Texas win?
I think you look in the mirror every night when you're a baseball player. Did I do everything today to help us win? And when you're losing those tough ones where they're so emotional and, you know, you're getting walked off. I mean, there is not a lower spot that you can be to be on the field and see another team score that run, and you have to make that long walk to the dugout knowing you've lost the game. And so I think this team has stayed together. I think it's been a tough stretch. You know, can they get a streak going the other way? They're going to have to.
Yeah.
That's the way you look at it. If you want to make a run into the postseason, well, it starts right now.
Well, you look at the first 2 games of this streak, 10-0 or 15-0 and 10-2. Those are the games you worry about.
Yeah.
Because you're getting blown out in those games. The rest of them, they've been in them. You've had opportunities to win them. You've tied or led in the 9th inning in 4 of them. So it's not like it's just one play here, one hit there. Little things that can make a difference. You could have been 4-0 in all of them.
Yeah.
The last 4.
And give credit to David Pierce and the staff for mixing some things up, allowing Sean Allen to be around the hitters more in the dugout, getting Pierce out of the dugout, coaching third base. You look what they've done offensively. They're averaging double-digit hits over the past 6 games. So there has been an uptick with this Texas offense. And the Longhorns are 1 out away.
1 out away, and if Mateo Boki can get that out, he'll get a save, a 3-inning save.
Yeah. He's going to be an integral part. If they make a run, 33 is going to be involved in it.
And he's got that postseason experience. The 3rd game he pitched against Tennessee State last year. Tennessee Tech, excuse me. And that was one of the most clutch pitching performances of the year. But you got to start somewhere. And it's right here on this Sunday. Texas can turn it around, get into the NCAA Regional. Remember this day. Look at the relief on the face of David Pierce. He has never been in a situation like this before in his coaching career, but now it is done. It is over. Goodbye to the 6-game losing streak. A chance now to turn the page and focus on Texas A&M Corpus Christi and a critical series against Kansas coming up next week.
Well, next weekend will be their season. There's no doubt about it. Try to take care of business on Tuesday, and then you travel to Lawrence, and there'll be a whole lot on the line. Now you're in the tournament right now. You have a half-game lead.
Lance Ford, the man of the match, if you will, coming up with a grand slam and a 2-run home run. The first 2 home runs of his Texas career. The Texas offense opens the floodgates. Ty Madden clutch on the mound. Boki closes it out. Goodbye losing streak. Texas takes game 3, 10-2 over West Virginia.